Hi, welcome to Open Tabs, our twice weekly breakdown of the stories taking up space in our tabs, our feeds, and our brains. Joined as always by Melissa Blum and Megan Collins. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Happy post 4th of July.
Yes.
And or happy post Taylor Swift wedding. 'Cause that was also kind of a national holiday. So we talked about this on Friday's episode, so I wanted to close the loop. Um, she officially got married at MSG. The rumors were correct. And I just want to say, from my perspective as a casual Taylor Swift fan, it seemed very anticlimactic once her wedding actually happened. I feel like people just enjoyed the speculating and the conspiracy theories. And then, once it happened, it was like, okay,
Yeah,
over.
as an intensive Taylor Swift fan, I can confirm that's how everybody felt as well. Like, that's it? Okay. I think some people are still hoping to get more details, and there was even rumors of a documentary video coming out, but it
Oh,
doesn't seem like that's going to be a thing. But what I wanted to talk to you guys most about is the AT&T of it all. Did you see that as they were being married at MSG, at some point the screens outside MSG projected a sign that said just and T married, and everyone was like, is this an AT&T ad? I sent it to you in the chat so you can see it. And so everyone's like, did AT&T sponsor this wedding? Is this her Easter egging an AT&T sponsorship? And I've been consuming obviously a lot of people digesting this and how they feel about it, and everybody has mentioned AT&T, and it's just so crazy that it's free branding for them. I was like, well, at the end of the day, they definitely won the wedding.
Do you think that they were involved or no?
No, I think that they just thought this was a cute pun, and everyone's been also invoking Canva. They're like, Canva background, bad wedding hashtag. But it's, I mean, it's good for AT&T
yeah.
to have that positive
I was just
association.
looking. They posted a tweet and then obviously did the whole screenshot everywhere. From one TNT to another, congrats on your nuptials.
That's funny. Um,
Um,
yeah, I agree with you guys. I feel like the most exciting coverage that I got out of the whole weekend of it all was from the AMC CEO and his rundown of everything. Did you guys see that?
no.
No.
You Google really fast. You have to see this. So the AMC CEO attended the wedding and then posted, I think, on Threads or X or something, an entire play by play of everything that happened. And he was extremely complimentary. It was this whole thing. He's such a fan of Taylor's. Obviously, when she released the Eras tour documentary through AMC theaters. Anyway, it was and then it was quickly taken down. Are you guys looking at it? I can't believe you didn't
I'm
see this.
looking
I'm reading it.
TMZ wrote an article.
Yes,
That's the same
that was
article I'm reading.
I feel like it was the most accurate reporting of anything. I was like, "Oh, thank you for this rundown."
Wow, he really was going in about the flowers and the display, the
Yeah.
visuals. That's so fun. That's so
This
boomer.
this has But is it though? I've seen this man speak and he's not an idiot. Like, this is strange to me.
Really, do you think Tree Payne put him up to it to plant seeds and then just delete it?
I don't the fact that it's the AMC CEO, and when I saw him speak, he was so complimentary of Taylor Swift and he spoke so highly of her. I don't see him disrespecting her like this. Like, just fully outright, you know?
Yeah, but
It's just not
well,
adding up.
is this you know what, to be honest with you, I didn't look at his social feeds. Does he do posts like this often where he's
I don't know.
Let me see.
that's
Adam
I like
interesting.
how we're
That's your
in the
first
middle of a
reaction.
mystery. We were just
I
getting
just
close.
took it for
This is what
fact.
Taylor. This is
Well,
what
we're
Taylor
live
Swift do.
reporting.
This is what Taylor Swift does, and I'm annoyed that I'm falling down the rabbit hole once again. But like I said, I saw this man speak about Taylor Swift, and he was so tight-lipped and, like, wouldn't say anything, and he was being pressed by Matt Maloney. You guys know how Matt Maloney is. So I just don't see him just, like, spilling, like, unless he thought that was the vibe of the wedding, but then why would he get that idea? I'm just like, this like I said, just it
Maybe he
doesn't add
talked to,
up
like
to me.
maybe
Yeah,
his, like,
his,
comms and social team were like, "You get this invite, like, you should draft something coming out of it," and, like, maybe they didn't really I don't know. It does feel sort of weird, though, that it would come out I mean, I only saw the headline, and then I, of course, read through it, and I was like, "This is the best
Yeah.
tea that I've seen," like,
But it's
I mean,
also all the same
scrolling
details we've
through
been
his
getting everywhere
Twitter,
else too. It's n
and
there's he didn't have any details I haven't heard from all the other, like, sources say, or my friend went and they said this.
he's also I mean, honestly, if you were gonna, like, pick someone to do that, he's such a, like, random one to choose, like,
yeah,
there were
his
thousands of people
Twitter
there,
is
like,
like
you know
his ex, sorry, is very, like, it's just about AMC stuff. Like, so it
Yeah,
is funny
I
that
didn't believe the movie Conspiracy, but now I'm starting to believe the movie Conspiracy because, like, this like I said, I've seen him speak, and this just doesn't seem like something he would do, and, like but it seems like people would believe this was something that
Mhm.
someone like him would do,
It
I
but
mean
is interesting, like, one of the things I did see people talking about coming out of it was the invite list and, like, how it was so filled with, like, execs and, like, CEOs, and it was, like, 1,000 plus people, so,
Steven
like
Spielberg.
well,
yeah,
I also think it's sort of to your I actually think especially I feel like both of you guys are highly online. But even you, Megan, even more so being such a Swiftie too, like, or so just like, in the sphere of information, the fact that you didn't know that this happened, like, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I almost feel like it came out and then it got, like, squashed in a lot of places. Like, maybe it was,
yeah.
I think it's weird, like,
Interesting.
I haven't seen any online and now, of course, it'll start feeding to my phone, but, like, I haven't seen any, like, social media commentary on that like, that felt like something someone would comment on, you know?
Yeah.
well, I mean, her Tree Payne, her publicist, is, like, notorious. I mean, she's, like, the only celebrity publicist that I know by name, and there were pictures of her, I do remember seeing, like, outside the event, like, outside MSG as people were coming in with, like, a clipboard.
Yeah.
Like, she's on it. But this is a pretty good segue into our next topic, all about brands, needing to get a rein on their FOMO when it comes to tapping into internet moments and memes. Um, so our fellow Substackers, Silence Brand, just released a really great breakdown of the recent Empire State Building, like, climbing stunt that happened late last week, and the tsunami of brands that used it as a marketing moment. So here's a quick TLDR if you're not familiar. A couple late last week climbed to the top of the Empire State Building and hung up a banner that said, "When the power of love beats the power, the world will know peace." And then they're a couple. He proposed to her. She accepted. It was like a big thing. But like, it was a big deal, this photo of the two of them at the top of the Empire State Building with this huge, huge banner. And then, of course, a million brands then took that photo and put their own logos, taglines, and like product jokes over the banner. And Silence Brand has a great graphic in their piece of like the literal dozens of graphics and like memes that brands posted. And Silence Brand argued in their piece that, like, yes, the algorithms reward this kind of like immediate participation from brands in these viral moments, but audiences are so smart now, which I feel like we say every week. They like grew up online. They're very, very smart. They now see it and find it a bit inauthentic, especially I think in this moment where it was like about power and like peace and love, and then they used it as like a capitalism moment. So I feel like we always talk to our clients in meetings about like knowing when to weigh in and like when not to. Um, And I think because the algorithm rewards this kind of content, like, it feels like a lot of brands struggle to, like, not take that bait, even when they have no business posting about it.
I also think that when something is this simple, it's like such low hanging fruit that there's kind of like an attitude on social media of like, well, why wouldn't we engage? And I feel like another point that the silence brand piece was trying to make is that sometimes, or like not sometimes, but like now restraint is important in knowing like that you're not supposed to show up for every single moment just because it would be easy. But when you are in a landscape where you need to feed the algorithm as much as possible and you are rewarded for throwing as much spaghetti at the wall as possible, it is hard to say, no, we're going to sit this one out because it was just so simple and everyone was doing it. It was a holiday. I'm sure that like a lot of people were off. Like, I see how it all happened, but I think we need to like use this moment to like sit with ourselves and be like, what are we doing here? Because like we've kind of lost the
Yeah.
plot on memes and where brands fit into them.
I mean, I agree. I also like restraint is such a great piece of advice. I also think it's kind of like, again, I mean, I feel like I say this a lot now more so than ever. It's like, who are you talking to? Like, and like, how does your, like, the audience that's your core convert or aspirational, like, how are you reaching them? And I think, like, of course, when you're doing something like this, it's like to the masses, right? Like, you're gonna hit the algorithm and it's gonna go wide. But like, I don't know what it was. Like, I feel like maybe it was more of my like conservative, like, not conservative red, but just like sort of like, you know, hesitation of like my news background. But I was like, I just don't feel like this visual and like this is like an illegal thing that these people are doing. They look like, I don't know, like they look like they're in like it just doesn't look like something I'd want to recommend a brand aligning with at all. Like it feels different than like, let's say the influencer, you know, the guy, what's his name? Like guy with the sign
Yeah.
where he like holds up like a cardboard piece of paper with like signs on it. And like I feel like I've seen brands sort of like play with that or they like work with him and like he holds up like a sponsored post, you know? That feels so much safer. Like this just feels like a visual. Like I just don't know if I would like ever recommend a brand to do it. And I feel like if you were, it just I'm like, well, what is the conversation to be had? And like these individuals are looking for attention. Like she, you know, I think that they are daredevils and they do this. And
Yeah.
this was a big stunt. And like, I don't know. I think like weren't they like arrested by the NYPD? Like I don't or they were brought in. I don't know. I'm actually, to be honest with you guys, like I understand the visual and like jumping on something that you could quickly tweak. I'm also surprised how many brands did this. Like to me, when I see this visual, I was shocked that I had seen the Loverboy one and I thought that was in poor taste. Like I was like, okay, like all right, guys, like what does this have anything to do with anything? you know? And
Mhm.
then the rest of these, yeah, like I like what is everyone thinking? Like, yeah, show restraint.
Yeah, to your
Yeah.
point about so many brands doing it, I had the same thought, and I thought about our piece where we talked about, like, brand and, like, cultural moments as being parties and how brands need to, like, be good guests at this party, and I feel like
Yeah.
if we're gonna look at this moment as a party, it was, like, a really illicit warehouse party that, like, all the brands showed up to immediately and were, like, being super, like, uncouth and weird, and I feel like
All
I saw a
cringy. Yeah.
brand doing it before I saw the actual people doing it, and so, like, no one wants to go to a party if everyone there wasn't really invited and is being weird, you know?
Totally. I also feel like that's so funny. Like, you're right. Like, don't be the weirdo at the party. And also, like, I feel like try harder. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do it, like the original flag, the flag like that, you know, really went
Mhm.
up, had this like long, you know, saying or whatever. But then again, like I'm looking at like Loverboy and it's like they just put the Loverboy logo. Like I feel like you could do something funny and like do like humor in this. I don't know. I'm not like a comedian, you know, but like I think that there is a way to have done this in like a tongue-in-cheek way and then like made the brand feel less like forward and make it more of like a subtle thing. Like maybe it's part of a conversation you want to drive or like a tongue-in-cheek thing or like, again, like this happened over the weekend. It was incredibly hot. Was it over the weekend? When did this happen?
I think it happened last Thursday or Wednesday. Let me
Think
check.
about what was happening in Manhattan at this time. It was hot. It was heading into 4th of July weekend, and everyone was pissed off about all the traffic and, like, security and everything around Madison Square Garden because of Taylor Swift's alleged wedding, right? So, like, this happens. Like, there's so many ways into that you could have, like, made, like, a commentary or just, I don't know, made it lighter, like, whatever, like, if you're gonna use this image, and, like, I don't feel like anyone did that.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's, like, just very lazy. I think, Fast Company did an article, and they called it, like, brand slop, and I thought it was
I love that term. Oh my god, Emma, you have to put that in the recap, like, the Fast
yeah,
Company. That's so
I
funny.
will, and I thought it was, like, very fitting, and I just think it's, like, we always tell clients, like, the ultimate when posting is to, like, add value, like, whether and adding value doesn't mean it has to be, like, this great big thing, it can just be funny or, like, a cheeky comment that, like, makes somebody, like, exhale through their nose as they're scrolling. Like, that's adding value, but, like, yeah, to your point about, like, slapping a logo on taking, like, 5 seconds in Canva, to
It's,
slap a
like, the
logo,
least one could have done, and it's, like, I'm, like, embarrassed for
it's
them.
like the least you could do. It's very reminiscent of, like, what happened with the black squares that happened, back in, like, 2020 where everyone posted their black squares and but, like, now what? Like, nothing happened, and I think we look back on that now as, like, pointless, and why was, like, Amex posting that and to only, like, go back to business as usual the next day. It's just, like, kind of silly. But on the topic of adding real value, our final topic, and we're
I'm
gonna
obsessed with these segues, like,
I
especially
really try my
segues.
best to find a segue. Um And this is our last topic. We're gonna talk about it here live, but when we post this tomorrow to Substack, it will be behind our paywall. So plug. Um, so in case you missed it, last week, I wanna say last Tuesday, we talked about, like, the death of the millennial brand and how these brands that were huge in, like, the 20 teens, like Glossier, Allbirds were really struggling, in 2026, and the ones that, like, have been able to sustain themselves, like Warby Parker, like, really stuck to their original value add, and it was, like, a genuine real value add that, improved people's lives. So it got me thinking like, okay, those were the millennial brands that added value. What about content creators? So for our monthly franchise, Ones to Watch, we highlight different niches of content creators. So this Thursday, I'm going to be doing